Okay, let's dive right in. You ever notice how some movies seem to be talking to each other, even across decades? Well, we're about to unpack one of the best examples of this. It's about how a modern classic isn't just paying tribute to an old one, it's actually flipping it completely on its head. So if you're a film fan, and especially a Coen Brothers fan, you definitely know this one, 1990's Miller's Crossing. It's this moody, brilliant, stylish masterpiece, a real cornerstone of modern neo-noir. And you probably also know that it's not a totally original story. It's heavily, and I mean heavily, based on this 1942 classic, The Glass Key. It's an adaptation of a Dashiell Hammett novel starring the absolute legends Alan Ladd and Veronica Lake. But here's where it gets really interesting. What if Miller's Crossing isn't just an homage? What if it's not paying tribute, but actually picking an argument with the original? That's the idea we're going to dig into, that the Coens film is a deliberate, point-by-point reversal of its inspiration. All right, so where do we even begin with this? Well, the most fundamental change, the thing that's right at the heart of the story, is the main character. The Coens basically took the classic hero and turned him completely inside out. You've got these two heroes, and at their core, they are just polar opposites. It's like night and day. The Glass Key is all about a man of unshakable loyalty. But Miller's Crossing, it's about a schemer, a guy who's always playing the angles. The entire moral compass of the story gets flipped.
And if you look closer, this contrast gets even sharper. You have Ed Beaumont from The Glass Key. His whole deal is loyalty. Everything he does is to protect his boss. But then you get Tom Regan. He's this cold, calculating guy whose relationship with his own boss is just one big, complicated game of betrayal and self-interest.
And you have to understand, this was not an accident. This was a deliberate choice. The Coens took that classic noir hero, that man of unwavering trust, and they specifically built his opposite. Tom Regan is defined by the total absence of that trust. So, when you flip the hero like that, it's going to have this huge ripple effect, right? And it totally changes how the story treats love and loyalty. See, in the Glass Key's world, there's this idea that love and loyalty can actually work together. You can have both. But the Coens, they just throw that right out the window. In their version, love and loyalty are like oil and water. They just don't mix. The relationship between Tom and Verna is built on a foundation of secrets and betrayal, and it just leads to ruin. And you can probably see where this is all headed, right? These massive differences in character, in relationships, they inevitably drive the films toward two completely different endings. One restores order, and the other just sinks into loneliness. The endings just couldn't be more different. The Glass Key wraps everything up neatly. Justice is served, relationships are fixed, order is restored. But Miller's Crossing? Oh, it's the total opposite. Tom ends up completely, utterly alone, having torched every single bridge he ever had. So it's not just a different ending. It's a perfect mirror image of the original's hopefulness. It really is a Glass Key turned completely inside out. And believe it or not, this whole reversal thing, it doesn't stop with the characters or the plot. It goes all the way down to the central symbols in each movie. So first things first, what even is the Glass Key? Well, it's not just an object in the story. It's this really powerful symbol for something you can't see but can definitely feel: trust. And specifically, a very fragile kind of trust, like a promise made of glass. Okay, so you have this idea of fragile trust. In the classic film, that trust gets pushed. I mean, it nearly breaks. But in the end, it holds. It survives. Now, in the Coens' hands, that trust doesn't just get tested. It shatters into a million pieces. Yeah, there's nothing left to put back together. The key is broken, the promises are gone. In the world of Miller's Crossing, all that's left is, well, the wreckage of broken trust. So if the Glass Key is gone, what takes its place? It's Tom Regan's hat. You know, the one he's always chasing. It becomes this new central symbol. But it's a hollow one. It stands for everything he's actually lost for good. The trust, the relationships, his place in the world.
He can keep getting the hat back, but he can't get back what really matters.
Okay, so this all leads to the big question, right? Why? Why did the Coen brothers go to all this trouble to flip a classic on its head? Well, it wasn't just to be clever. They were making a really profound point about how the world had changed. What you're seeing here is basically a debate between two eras. On one side, you have the hopeful, classic ideal from the 1940s, where justice and friendship actually win in the end. And on the other, you have this much darker, more cynical, postmodern reality, where those same ideals, they just lead to betrayal and being alone.
But it's crucial to get this. They aren't making fun of the original film. It's a dialogue. The source material calls it a respectful negation and reconstruction. They're taking it apart piece by piece, but with respect, to build something new, something that speaks to a more complicated time.
And that's what's so cool about this. It makes you wonder, what other movies that you love are secretly having these conversations with the past? What other modern classics are out there, quietly arguing with the films that inspired them? It's a whole new way to watch movies, isn't it?